It's okay. So I got 120, right? It's fine though. Because in the next one, I just ran 2! Fake out and 2! Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another Stella Sora video. Let's talk about SPRINGSEEK Coronis. So she's going to be the latest character right now in the game. In addition to the TERRA team, she's going to be much more of a versatile character. That means you can either use her in both the main DPS slot or even in the support slot as well. But being versatile, most of the time I would prefer to use her as a support slot, and I will explain to you guys why along the way, because there's this Nazuna build that I'm sure if you guys aren't aware already, circulating around in the community, definitely is going to give you a big output damage for your Jiri as a whole, right? So first things first, let's focus on SPRINGSEEK Coronis as a whole, right? So what is she going to be all about? Now, if you use her as a main DPS, she's going to be a ranged character that can basically fires this thing called the Auspice Beam, right? So this is going to be what it's all about. Now, the good thing is this particular thing can also trigger the TERRA mark. So you can basically benefit from this. Now, that's going to be where the focus on the skill damage of Coronis is going to come. Now, her build 2 is going to give somewhat of a similar stuff. You can see, however, it's much more of the auto attack damage. In my opinion, I feel like the build 1 definitely is going to be a little bit better. But it really depends on the situation, right? Whether you're trying to fight against bosses or even in an AoE. Now, regardless of which build you are going with, the Shifting Brilliance right here is going to be the most important one for her. You can see this improves her damage, TERRA damage by 20%. And of course, if there there's a bullet that passes near or through the Auspice Beams, she immediately gains TERRA damage increase by 40%. That's a lot of TERRA damage increase, right? 40%, it's a pretty big chunk number, but it's nothing compared to whatever that you can observe in Nazuna's one. Right here you can see for support, this is going to be where we're going to try to test her out a little bit. So far, after experimenting a little bit between the support build 1 or build 2, I feel like the build 2 is a little bit better. Now, the build 1 focuses on, whenever she uses the support skill, increase the Rose Vial skill damage, alright? And this Rose Vial will do 521% SPRINGSEEK Coronis attack as AoE TERRA skill damage, alright? And then she also has this, based upon the each TERRA tracker on the squad, increase skill damage of Rose Vial by 67%. Alright, so again, if you bring a full TERRA team, then this is going to be multiplied by 3, right? It makes a lot of sense. And then she has this particular thing, for 10 seconds after Rose Vial inflicts TERRA mark, triggering TERRA mark on the target deals additional 400% of SPRINGSEEK Coronis attack as TERRA skill damage. Now, if you use her as a support, build 1, I guess it's going to be kind of decent, but I prefer build 2 personally. Now, build 1 is going to be much more of the Rose Vial, and build 2 is going to be a little bit of the Wither Vial. So this is going to be a little bit different. Now, each TERRA tracker on the squad increase your skill damage by 16% of the Wither Vial, right? Again, similar concept. And then you get this particular thing which extends the duration of all vials by 50%. I'm a big fan of this particular one. And then you can see when Wither Vial applies Wither stack, alright, it is going to deal 74.1% SPRINGSEEK Coronis damage, and then apply new stack again, right? So why build 2, right? Now, this particular one is going to be the most important one, extends the duration of vials, and the vials is going to do a number of things. So right now you can see there's one thing called the Aromatic Room. This one is going to be one of her main perks that you gotta pay attention to, right? In my opinion, this is probably going to be the most important one. So if you can improve the duration of the vials and you can benefit from this particular one, you know, every single vial on the field is going to increase TERRA tracker's attack by 69%. That's a big number right there, 69, am I right? So, as you can see, this is going to be something that you can take advantage of, combining these particular two perks with each other, right? It is going to give you a lot overall. Now, the TERRA Chorus, obviously, this one is not to be downplayed as well. If all squad mates are TERRA trackers, SPRINGSEEK Coronis deal skill damage. Each Rose Vial on the field increase the TERRA mark damage taken by the target by 37.4%. Again, this is going to basically improve the viability of your mark. You can basically combo this even more. The only downside of this particular one is like 3 seconds. I wish it lasts longer, but ideally in most cases, this is going to be more than enough, right? Let's go. Let's get one copy. Her banner will be out for 20 days. So, Rainbow. Rainbow or not? I saw the symbol a little bit different. We can see a lantern when you try to drag the pulls. But let's see. Now I have to use the gems. Auspicious Glow. Let's skip this. Okay, we got Jingling at least in that particular one. Alright. No rainbow, guys. Alright. But can we get a fake out, right? Sometimes there's no rainbow. Sometimes over here there's still fake out, but maybe not. Maybe not this particular one. Oh, we got Anne. Alright, I don't mind Anne. Anne is pretty cool for you know, Ventus team. But it'd be nice if I can get more of for the Terra team one, right? I'm not sure if I really want more reach. Okay, Tilia is good. More Tilia is always a good one. Here comes. Here comes. So we only got one right here. Another Tilia. Nice, nice. So for 4 stars, you need 2 characters to be able to like ascend them to the next level, right? Oh, we got Jinglin. So this one is going to be 70. So the next one is going to be... It has to be Rainbow. The next one has to be Rainbow. So this one is 3. I've gone on. Okay, Kenes, these 2. I don't really need the other 2. Still no Rainbow! Yo! So no Rainbow. Okay, what is this? Amber. What are the odds that I got something? It's okay. So I got 120, right? It's fine though. Because in the next one, I just ran 2! Fake out and 2! Oh my goodness! Okay, so who shall these 2 be? So we don't want these 2 to be SPRINGSEEK Coronis, right? We want these 2 to be something else. Jiri! Okay, so we got the first one. Oh, Nanoha and Jiri. So I think that's pretty good, right? So that means we are always going to get all of these. Again, these characters I already have. So I'm able to get that and also Cosette as well. So that's pretty good. So that means I can just spark her right here. So you can see I can spark her right here because I went to 120, right? So I will be able to get SPRINGSEEK Coronis as well. Okay, but one very cool stuff as well, right? Again, if you guys are not aware, that means I got her in 120, right? That means I still have PT or the hard PT that will carry over. So you can see right here, you say one of the trackers below is guaranteed within 38. So this 38 in the next banner, I just need to do like another 40 pulls. I just need to do 40 pulls for the next character. So I will be able to get that, right? So in my opinion, so far, based on me testing today, again, I'm going to show you guys some results. I would say build 2 is the one to go to, alright? So you can see right here, I did a number of different ones. So the first one right here that I did testing for, you can see this is going to give her a bunch of damage. If you use Jiri as the main DPS and then you use Nazuna as the secondary support and then SPRINGSEEK Coronis as a support, you can see we are going to get decent damage, but overall the total damage is not that high. Alright, so if you run this team, that's going to be fine. This is going to be for auto attack Jiri, which is going to be a little bit lacking in terms of damage. But later on, I decided to swap to the Nazuna Mark team. As you can see, with the Nazuna Mark team, SPRINGSEEK Coronis can do really high damage. Alright, this is going to be specifically for build 2. Alright, but this was before I was using some of the lower level disc. Alright, I did buy, eventually got the disc from the shop, and now if you look at the final damage or the final build that I have, it's going to be something along the lines of this. Now as you can see, this one is going to be something that I would say is more in line, right? She is going to consistently, she did way less damage here, but it feels like Jiri also did more. If you can time the ultimate and everything to try to like basically hit the boss and time everything in a certain order. I will show you guys later in the boss run. Again, this is testing against the current boss blitz that we have right now, right? So in terms of the disc, make sure you guys get this particular disc if you guys haven't already. Right now there's this particular event that you can do, and in the event shop I've already purchased this particular disc, right? So this is going to be a free 5-star disc you can obtain. As you can see, increase the ultimate, you know, which is not bad. 10% increase in ultimate, which is kind of good, and then everything else is going to be decent as well. So if you don't have anything better, consider this particular one. So let me show you guys my ascension run build overall for the records that I'm gonna showcase. Now, why Nazuna main? Nazuna has the ability to obtain this particular thing called the Touch of Nature. Now, this thing is going to be insane. Alright, it is going to increase all Terra Trackers mark damage by 420%. If you can get this up to level 6, this is going to be a big boost. Alright, your Jiri get boosted by a lot. Now, this is only exclusive to Nazuna if you use her as a main DPS. If you use her as a support, you don't really get this particular one. So you pair this with Willy Wonder. Again, alright, when she casts the main skill, increase the squad's damage 75%. You pair this with Fill the Gap, alright, which is like whatever, and then you pair this with Focus Fire, increase the squad's attack. So she has, even though she is a main DPS slot, she has all of these support skill that still boost the squad's damage overall. With this particular one, with this particular one, and this particular one as well, you can see increase the squad's damage. So Jiri on the other hand, alright, if you are able to obtain this particular skill right here, all of this combined is going to give her the mark, and then she's going to be able to, right, triggers a Terra mark, increase damage by a lot. So she's going to be the one that triggers it, while Nazuna is the one that applies the mark, right? And you can see these are going to be the Jiri's build. And SPRINGSEEK CORONIS, I was able to get the Terra Chorus, alright, level 6. Reciprocity as well, alright, this is going to be something that you can consider. And last but not least, the Warning Year. This one, they keep forcing me to take this, so I just took it at the end. But this is going to be currently what I'm running. So again, not the most perfect perks that I want, but you know, it's quite hard to get everything because there's a lot of RNG required. But if you look at the disc, I'm currently using the Jiri's exclusive disc. I'm also using this particular one from the event shop. And last but not least, I'm currently using this particular one, I believe, from the final Echoing. So this one, as you can see, it is going to give you quite a number of things. Is this going to improve your skill damage, alright, again, and a little bit of shield right there, and then of course your Terra damage, right? Alright, let's try this out. I'm going to try this level 90 Nazuna and of course Jiri, alongside with SPRINGSEEK CORONIS right there. She's going to be a support, and she's level 80 currently. So let's see how much damage can we get, right, with this particular build. I'm going to move right here to try to hit this particular boss. Okay. Ooh. Alright, so one thing that you want to take note of is the vials thrown by, what is that? Thrown by your SPRINGSEEK CORONIS. It's going to be very important to time that. Ideally, manual play is recommended, so that, you know, so the boss is going to try to move. Make sure the boss stays inside the circle, right? Okay. I'm going to stay back here. Stay back here. Okay, the boss goes to the middle. Alright, I think we're going to be able to stun the boss. Okay. Alright, so we can time this accordingly and try to do as much damage as we can to the boss. I think that timing is as good as it gets. Okay, let's see. Ideally, you can also try to get rid of the flowers. Boss is going to come. Ah, shoot, I dodged too late. I dodged too late. Okay, boss come back to the middle. So these things are going to be very painful every time the flower shoots this, but ideally this particular team, you're gonna do just fine. You will be able to take the hit regardless, right? Okay, so managed to activate that particular skill, but I wonder if I'll be able to get the other two skills out for the other character. I don't think so, which is going to be a little bit unfortunate. Oh man. If only I got more charge efficiency on the character for the emblems. But regardless, we have achieved the 7 stars rating of max score requirements for this particular one. Okay. Oh shoot, that miss. Man, this aiming. Okay, the boss went up. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, that's painful. Alright, we got about 18 seconds to make the magic happen. So, iframe with this particular one. So let's see if we can get any one of my characters to use one more ultimate. Ideally, if you can get one more ultimate, you can see I'm very close to get one more ultimate. Maybe I can do a bit more, but that one is not really the issue with the Ascension runs or the build. It's more the issue with my emblems, right? So I'm definitely going to try to like get that up a little bit. I don't have the best emblems right now. Also, my technique score is really low. I could have done better, right? It's only ×3. Ideally, you want to get like ×8. But as you can see, alright, this is going to be for 42,000 for now. I would say it's not too bad. I actually like this build. But Jiri is going to be she's still going to be the main damage dealer in this particular one. As you can see, you're supposed to be able to get that up to 8 times, right? So ideally, you know, if I maximize that and try to dodge things accordingly, to try to dodge the technique, I will, you know, I should be able to get closer to like 50,000. But, you know, that's going to be the score for the time being. I would say, you know, you can be able to get 40 to 50,000. Again, that's still way more comparatively to how much you are needed to do, right? Which is 25,000. It's almost double the requirements. So this is going to be the team that I think right now is going to be the recommended one. I'm still trying to configure things as we go, but so far, based on my testing, SPRINGSEEK CORONIS, I feel like right now, she's perfectly balanced. Reminds me a little bit of Snowish Laru, alright, where she's like kind of, you know, a stronger version than Chisia. And SPRINGSEEK CORONIS, she might be right now able to help you a little bit with this particular TERRA team. Now, do you absolutely need her? Not really. I think there's some teams or some conditions that you can get away with not having the other characters. But right now, she's not like a main DPS. At least not in this build. I will definitely try to see if I can, you know, try a different build separately. But for now, what I've discovered so far is she's much more on the balance side of things, right? So obviously, this is all based upon day one testing, right? So make sure you guys, you know, stay tuned. If there's any more updates or if you guys have any more suggestions that you want me to try, leave it in the comment section below. I still think that Nazuna as the main character, she's going to serve more and she's going to be able to provide more for the TERRA team as a whole. So yeah, with that being said, that's going to be it for this particular video. Let me know what you guys think of overall, you know, SPRINGSEEK CORONIS as a whole. Are you guys pulling for her or not? With that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, give this video a like. Have a nice day. Goodbye.